It's always crunchy. Whatever he's eating is always crunchy. And so he'll just shove his whole hand in the bag. So all you hear is the crinkle. And then it's like the toy claw hook that he can't get them all. So he's just got to make sure he gets as many in one hand as possible. And then he'll just palm his whole face and eat the snacks like that. So instead of just like, casually snacking and taking one for the team and one at a time, he takes his whole palm and just face plants it.
1, 2, 3, go.
Jennifer Hardy, har.
Believe it or not,
Welcome to the Lawyer Dana Show.
the Lawyer Dana podcast.
Wow, we have a lot to talk about.
And we're going to do it right after this.
Welcome to the Lawyer Dana podcast.
This woman, first of all, let me preface, we sold our couch, or we tried to, and we were unsuccessful.
It seems like there's an episode of Divorce Dynasty only about her selling this couch.
Yes. So we tried to sell the couch, unsuccessful, almost got scammed because apparently people in Nigeria will text you and be like, hey, I'm out of town, but my brother will pick up the couch for me.
Oh, it's a lie.
It's a scam. Not true. So we didn't sell it.
They want you to give them the couch first without getting payment.
Right. Or they wanted to do it through one of those apps, and then the app is like, oh, you have to ask the purchaser for $500 extra, and then it makes you refund it because they'll then file like a fraudulent claim on it.
That's a full scam.
Right. So I didn't do it. I didn't sell my couch.
Good.
Job. So we threw it away.
And did you block all those? So you threw it away.
So we threw it away. We got the new one, paid the guys that brought it over $20 extra to take it downstairs and put it next to the trash. So then this woman was just sitting on it for like 3 days near the trash can. That's all she was doing. And then
Was she like 24/7 there? Like,
yeah, she
this
was
is my
just
new
hanging
house?
out. Like she was laying on it. She would sit there. We'd go to dinner, come back. She'd have a new outfit and she'd still be there. No, it was a whole thing.
How would she have a new outfit?
I don't know where she got it. She hangs out near the dumpsters. I'm sure there's clothes in there. So she sits there and she's just hanging out, like minding her business. But then it started getting like late at night and she would still be there and she'd kind of start pacing like she was protecting her couch. And so then I haven't seen her in a few days, so I hope she's okay. But
Why
We have
did
a
we
trash
not
record.
put a camera
So is the couch
On-
still there?
the couch lady?
no, the couch is gone because I think somebody came and got it because it was a nice couch.
We
Like,
probably could have, if you would have just filmed that probably could have gone viral and
probably
taken up
watched
donations
online.
for her and put her actually in a house.
Oh, well, I didn't think about that. I just saw the poor trash hooker and I was like, I'm going to let her live with her choices.
So, welcome to this episode of the Lawyer Dana podcast.
And welcome,
And-
Bridget.
We're with Bridget Davis,
Yes.
paralegal extraordinaire,
Hello.
and she is funny and fun and fabulous to work with,
Thank you.
and at skill level that is unmatched.
Wish I could say the same. Just kidding.
You can't say the same about yourself?
About you.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Did I say you're the best?
you did.
Oh,
Yeah,
so that means I'm not the best.
your words.
I knew it was a trap of some sort for a joke. Then why do you work here? I ask myself the same question all the time.
Yeah, ask Daniel.
Daniel.
He knows.
Nice. So what do we have something planned to talk about with Bridget, or are we going to continue with our
So Bridget, if you've ever
meme
noticed
factory?
on our table here that we have,
Oh yeah.
we have this monkey.
Uh-huh.
So Bridget is our artist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who drew the monkey. So a little history about the monkey. We need to name our monkey.
Yeah, so Jen has suggested bananas for the name of the monkey.
Bananas the monkey.
Bananas the
Okay.
monkey. Because or we could go with bonkers because it'd be fun to say he's driving everybody bonkers.
It seems like he'd be driving everybody bananas.
Yeah, he does drive me bananas. Anyway, so back in like February, we had this big case that we were getting ready for, this deposition. And I was just stressed out and losing it. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to draw. Maybe I need to just de-stress a little. And out came bananas. He's got all of his phalanges. He's got 5 of them, 10 of them, but they're all wonky.
You know what we should do is
I don't know if they
have
work.
we should have all of our guests starting today, like you the artist. You should sign it, and we should all sign it. And then on our 2-year podcast anniversary, we should auction it off for charity or something.
Or you could get it tattooed with all your artists signing it.
All on your back.
Yeah.
Dana lifts
We
the
could
shirt
do a
up
whole
and
back
Dana's
piece.
is-
Have you ever seen that show on MTV, Tattoo Far?
I think so.
Like it's where you go and
Two
people
pick
yeah,
the
there's
other
two people
person's tattoo.
and you pick the other person's tattoo. There has been some really messed up stuff
Oh,
with
I
those
can
tattoos.
only
Who in their right mind? Oh, no one in their right mind would go on that show and do that. There is no way. Like I won't even pick a tattoo for myself. There's no way I'm gonna let somebody else do a tattoo.
You want a
for me.
tattoo?
No,
Oh, okay.
no,
Let's say it seems out of
And-
character.
no. And interestingly, I seriously considered investing in a tattoo shop in the late 90s. And
But
yeah,
you didn't want a tattoo.
I didn't. No, I didn't want to be a customer. No, I'm not
Yeah,
into
I
tattoos.
find it interesting. So many people that get tattoos are always saying like how peaceful they are and how relaxing
Yeah.
and how much
Seems-
they enjoy
seems-
it and like
Yeah,
it becomes
mine
an
hurt.
addiction. And I'm like,
I guess.
That was not like mine is this big. It's the size of a quarter, and I'm never gonna get another one.
yeah.
So no, thank you. But
Summer-
yeah, we can have.
Summer has a
it.
tattoo from that bad decision that night.
That's
Were you sober when you got your tattoo? Yeah.
Are you asking as my
Ish.
employer or as my my podcast host?
I think that's a good answer right there.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, Summer has, I want to say she has two, but maybe it's just one. Maybe it's just one small one. I know she has like a gecko or something on her ankle.
Oh, that's cute. I have a rose on my ankle. It has a 13 right in the middle of it. Because I got it on Friday the 13th.
So there's a guy who
They made you get it with the 13 in it as part of the deal, or you didn't get your $13 tattoo.
It was a $13 tattoo. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
if you're gonna do
That's
it,
genius.
$13 tattoo. Friday the 13th. They were like, here, you can pick from this sheet of poorly drawn illustrations, and we're going to plop a 13 in the middle of it. And
so does your tattoo have a 13 in the middle?
if I was flexible, I could show you, but it sure does.
That is-
Right here on my ankle.
Please let us get a picture of that before she goes and add it in post.
That is awesome.
$13 tattoo. Won't do it again.
You had to have been drunk.
You think? I don't. Do people get sober tattoos?
All the time.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yes. No, I was drunk for mine.
I'm not a tattoo expert by far.
I didn't think they would give it to me, so I went for it.
I have seen some people with some pretty magnificent tattoos.
Mhm.
Well, there's that show. Am I allowed to say show names? Probably not.
I don't know.
There's a show.
There's a show on another network.
Yeah, there's a show on another network where they compete to be the leader of the ink world,
Oh,
and they are do some really cool pieces.
no, you
on
can
there.
say other shows and stuff like that.
Oh,
but
Ink Master then.
Ink Master.
Yeah, so they do like competitions for tattoo artists that do really good tattoos. Someone do really horrible tattoos,
Oh, really?
and it's like, well, you shouldn't have come on
Yikes.
the show. Like Spike TV
Well,
should
it's
be
kind of like
liable for
American
that.
Idol has to put on the really bad people.
That's true.
You know, and it
Keep you
can't just be
interested.
the just good people and people that are close to good. You got to see the horrible Dunning-Kruger effect, you know, the best of the best and the worst of the worst,
There you go.
and how the best usually don't know that they are, and how the worst usually think
Don't
they're
they
the
are.
best, and the worst know that they're not the worst,
Right.
even though
Yeah,
they
that
are.
kind of blows my mind. Every time I see a singer get up and they're horrible, but they think they're really good, I'm just like,
One of the best questions that they can ask is, have you ever recorded yourself and listened back to it?
I would never do that.
I don't know.
I don't want to hear what I sound like.
my favorites are like America's.
You would if you were in a singing competition.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. It'd probably be better to just hope and pray. Somebody's bound to like you. Not everyone's gonna hate you.
I don't. Do you like William Hung? Wasn't he the one that was like really bad the first season of American Idol, which kind of like broke American Idol and made it a thing?
Oh, I thought he was a joke. Like I thought that was like stage.
Everybody did, except he actually made a career out of it. Like he had so many fans that were like just into him because it was funny or because whatever, and he just cared so much that people were like, I'm just going to go along this ride and I'm just going to have fun and I'm going to let this dude sing. I mean, what's the difference between, look, the vocal quality between Celine Dion versus Axl Rose. They're both still famous, but like the first time you hear Axl, child of mine, like what is that? Like the first time I ever heard Guns N' Roses, I was like, what are you listening to? What is that? And it takes you a minute to like figure out what it is and to get it.
Yeah, but it's so good now.
Yeah.
It's such a good one.
Yeah.
Goodness.
And the guy who ate Axl Rose, who's now their singer, I can't believe I said
ate Axl Rose.
Axl gained a little bit of weight. Like,
Oh my god.
Oh, I thought he was telling me
Axl-
A little bit of
Axl-
weight?
Like,
A
wait
little bit of weight?
second, I
You're being
missed
generous.
it.
Axl looks a little bit more like his grandmother than I thought he would when he was
Oh.
younger. And I get it. It's horrible to say. Now Axl Rose is going to hate me if I ever meet him in life. I think Axl Rose is actually. So my first impressions of Axl Rose were a giant WTF as a teenager. But I'll tell you right now, I actually think that Axl Rose is one of the most talented, best singers that have ever walked the planet Earth. Even now, still to this day, and the fact that he can still do it is phenomenal.
He says after insulting him.
No, well,
Yeah.
we're gonna roast him a little bit here, I guess.
I thought for a second that you were talking about, this is going to show my age here. I thought you were talking about that crazy frog singer.
What?
I think the name is Axl or something. And have you guys ever heard the crazy
Who is it?
frog? It's a ding, 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 ding. Dun, dun, dun. It's literally, you'll have to look it
yeah.
up because it's an insane song that's like this little crazy frog.
Are you talking about What Does the Fox Do?
What does
The
fox
ding,
say?
ding, ding, ding,
Yeah,
ding, ding,
that's
ding.
the
What does the
one. It's
fox
just
say?
Noises that people sing now. It's the whole thing.
You're the What Does the Fox Say? Ding, 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 ding. Yeah,
It's the
that's.
same idea,
Yeah.
but it's Crazy Frog.
What does Crazy Frog say?
No, it's just Crazy Frog. It's literally this frog that's singing around this video, jumping around and making noises. It came out in like 2006. I feel like I was in elementary school when it came out.
I don't know it. Do you know it?
Yeah, he's got.
goggles on his head and has like a flight jacket on.
Search What Does the Fox
I
Say?
Does the
What-
fox say?
I
know
Yeah.
what-
Frog say.
I know.
Well,
what-
that's
Fox.
a different song
Crazy
from the Crazy
Frog.
Frog. If you literally
Okay.
press
Like
YouTube
Axl
Crazy
F.
Frog, it'll Axl F. That's right.
Oh, so it's a
Here
different
we go.
song.
I got it.
Same idea, but different.
Oh, I see what it is.
This thing?
That's the. That's who I thought you were talking about.
I was gonna say I'd mute that or we're gonna get
Wow.
flagged.
Okay. So. Okay.
Yeah, not.
Yeah. Never heard that one.
There you go. Learn
Wow,
something
we missed
new every
out.
day.
Yes. So now I have something to do on Friday night.
I know what the fox says. Zoe's all into that one.
That one's a good one because you can play with that. Like, there's shirts that will say like "What the Fox" on it, and like socks that say "What the Fox." I'm like, that's cute. I saw a mug the other day that said "Fox You."
So Foxy Froggy instead of Foxy Lady.
There you go.
Is that? Did she try and kiss the prince and then she turned into a frog? Is that what happened?
I don't know, man.
Or have you seen that?
That's the Prince of
I want
Frog.
to say that there was like a Norm Macdonald skit, or maybe it was Bill Hader, but I think it was Norm Macdonald, where he was, or some comedian. I'll credit Norm since he's awesome. This is the type of thing he would come up with. But it was a frog that was like, or no, it was Family Guy. No, yeah, Family Guy. Or no.
Just pick one at this point.
Ring the wheel, ring the wheel. It was Seth MacFarlane's Cavalcade of Animation or whatever, and it was a frog, and the frog was like able to talk, and this girl, princess or whatever, came up, and she's like, "Am I supposed to kiss you?" And he's like, "Yeah." And actually, he goes, and like she gives him a kiss at first, and she's like, "Why didn't it happen?" He goes, "Oh, you want me to turn into a prince?" She goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, well, you have to rub the inside of my belly right in the spot."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it goes the way you think. And
Oh my gosh.
So, today I learned about a frog
so
spot.
it was a very froggy episode. Although I thought we were talking about Bananas the monkey.
Yes.
We were. Yeah, we really digressed.
It seemed like we had an
there.
agenda for
Yeah.
doing this. Thank God we don't digress like this when we're doing legal work. So very different on Friday
We
afternoon.
don't. You might.
I might. Yeah, okay. Only when I'm done. So do we want to go back to these reviews from the last episode, or is there something?
So Bridget works really close with my husband, and I get the privilege of always kind of overhearing some of their conversations.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And there are days where I'm like, what the heck?
I don't even know. I couldn't even pinpoint a conversation that I think would be like shocking to people because it's just.
Tell all the viewers about how Dan picks his nose on the video conferences.
I don't see that very often, but I do see him eating like an ape all the time. He will take whatever he's eating. It's this clear bag that's got like green chips in it or something, or like edamame pods or something. It's always crunchy. Whatever he's eating is always crunchy. And so he'll just shove his whole hand in the bag, so all you hear is the crinkle, and then it's like the toy claw hook that he can't get them all, so he's just got to make sure he gets as many in one hand as possible. And then he'll just palm his whole face and eat the snacks like that. So instead of just like, casually snacking and taking one for the team and one at a time, he takes his whole palm and just face plants it.
All right, I'm insisting the next time that you have a Zoom call of any kind, that is recorded so that we can see it. Because I need to see this.
I will, but that
especially
means
if it's recorded, we will cut
you guys
that and
can't
put it on the
mention
show.
it, or he's never going to do it again.
Well,
'Cause
what's our buffer on episodes? Like, are we? How many weeks ahead are we? Like 2, maybe 3, 4 weeks ahead.
Oh, if I've got
You'll
4
catch
weeks,
it.
he'll do it 10 times.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
And he does that.
So our
It's just
closing,
I know.
our like bumper at the end has to be Daniel
His whole palm.
shoving a palm of these things. You've got to get one of those. You've
Like,
got to
how
find
you eat
one.
popcorn?
Yeah.
It's normal to like have a handful of popcorn and go
Yeah.
for it. He does it with everything. I think they were bean sprouts or something. It was something Asian he was eating. I don't know what.
So we can call it like the name of the podcast company can be like Ape Hand Eating or something, and it's just a big hand grabbing stuff out of a bowl.
And that brings us back to the monkey.
There you go. Back to the monkey. We've got bananas here. He's got, again, I'm focused on the fact that he has all his fingers and toes
Yes.
for some reason.
5.
Yes, he has his
5.
banana, which was labeled by a previous paralegal, McKenna. So
Who we still love very much.
yes,
She's gone on to different endeavors.
labeled my banana so that you know that the monkey drives us all bananas. Probably could have rephrased, but
The label of my banana is going to stick. I just know it.
this is where we are.
So what's the craziest thing you've dealt with in our law firm?
Dana. Easy
She's
question.
not wrong.
Ask me a hard one, Jennifer. No, I think craziest thing is just, I don't know. A lot of law firms are all the same, right? Like the clients are going to be the same problems that you have. It's going to not the clients are problems by any means, but
The clients have the same problem.
yes, they have similar
From-
problems. So as far as like client work and legal work goes, I don't think anything is crazy here. But
It's all a little crazy, and
yeah,
I think we're trying to eliminate crazy is really
Yeah.
what we do.
yeah, let me try.
We are like a crazy filter. We filter out the crazy, and
Well,
we
you've
give them
worked for-
perspective.
You work for other law firms too.
Yeah.
So what would you say is different between our approach and others?
I think our
Well, one, her boss hasn't jumped off a bridge.
right.
It wasn't a jump off a bridge, but one of her bosses is no longer around because of a tragedy. So we're hoping that
wow.
doesn't happen here.
One of my bosses is not.
Yeah. Didn't you work for LCA?
Oh, I forgot about that. You just talked about that a couple days ago. Yeah, I did. We'll circle back though. Let me answer the first question. What I think this firm does well is the organization aspect. So like the utilization of MindMeister and Google Drive. And then that way we're able to capture everything in one place.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the best thing that we do. Yeah, Dana shall take credit for it. There you go. And then
A lot of people like that.
it's just, I mean, it is easy. Like when I first started using it, I was like, what the heck? Are we allowed to cuss?
Ish. We're trying not to, but
Okay.
we'll probably come around to it.
All right. So
There are like my nieces are subscribed and they're 15, so
Oh, okay. All right. I'll refrain then. I'll try. Do my best.
as if they haven't heard it, but yeah.
When I first started,
Or as
using-
Summer says, but they don't need to hear it from you.
Oh,
Palmer.
you're exposed anyway. Just get used to.
Oh, I've been making inappropriate jokes. Oh, I had one from dinner last night that I said I was going to say on the show, and now I don't remember it.
You gotta start writing.
But I'm
down,
gonna.
Dana.
Okay, I'm gonna let you talk and be over here desperately trying to remember what it was.
Okay, good luck.
Oh.
When I first started.
I got it. Go ahead.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'll tell you later.
Well, now I don't think anybody cares about my mind monster because we want to hear your joke.
It's very inappropriate.
Well,
like
you
it
open
might.
the door.
We may have to edit this whole part out. But so
Not like I haven't
their
had to do
names
that before.
is they were sitting at the table, and one of them's name's Ava and one of them's name's Audrey,
Mhm.
and so they were in a straight line, and so I wanted to go, well, are y'all gay? And then the joke was that they would go, no, because I don't think they are. I mean, who knows? This day and age, they're 15, I guess. But now that I've built this up, it's going to be the worst punchline ever. But then when they go, no, we're not gay, I was going to go, oh, then you're straight A's.
Oh,
my
gosh. You're ridiculous.
Never hated laughing at a joke more in my life.
Oh my gosh.
That's all I got. It's dad jokes. I think they're uncle
That's
jokes.
not even
'cause
a
I-
dad joke. Dad jokes aren't making lesbian jokes about kids.
That's why I didn't say it at dinner last night.
Yeah, well, you can't classify it a dad joke.
Had you said that, Summer would have murdered you.
I know. She's going to kill me if you guys let this part air on the podcast too.
Table.
It was the dumbest joke ever.
And with that, I'm out of here.
so
Fun.
so you now witnessed the end of the Palmer Law Group as we
Yes, this is the end.
back
of
to
the
Dana
podcast.
again by himself. Are you staying around? Because she's out. She's
Yeah.
gone.
Can't do it anymore.
She can go to any law firm she wants.
I'm gonna go
and-
find Jared Julian, see if he needs a paralegal.
You have a man crush on him, or actually, no, it's a woman. You have a crush. That's called a crush.
Yeah.
A crush on a man is not a man crush.
No, it's not.
If I had a crush on him, it would be a man crush.
Right,
If you have a crush on him, it's just a crush.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he's just fantastic.
He's a handsome guy, and his sense of humor makes him awesome,
Sure is.
and a phenomenal mediator. He is the best mediator that I know of, period.
Sponsored by Jared Julian.
For no money. It's really not.
Just kidding.
We actually pay him to get mediations done.
Yeah.
Oh, are you up to date on Better Call Saul?
I do not want.
There's a mediation segment where they actually do a mediation, but they do a mediation with everybody in the same room. You ever seen a mediation with everybody in the same room?
No.
Yeah, it usually doesn't happen. Mediations where our side sits in one room, their side sits in another room,
TV
and the
does
mediator
it
goes
that
back and
way.
forth. You can do it. Some mediators actually do it that way, and TV had to do it that way in order to set up the it was for the plot. It had to happen that way.
Right.
But yeah, in reality, most mediations are not that. And the mediator's job is to get a deal done. And like, how do you compromise a mediator? You know, like really, it's either going to be yes or no or whatever. I mean, I could see that you could and you can, and they could have undue influence one way. You don't want a compromised mediator, but like it was a little tangential, of that. If whatever happened on the show really happened, I would have not wanted to use the mediator either if I thought the mediator had actually been bribed.
So, do you like lawyer shows?
Yes and no. Summer refuses to watch all lawyer shows except Better Call Saul because I just sit there and like pick it apart and like, oh, that's not a thing. That's not real. Like she's like, I'm not watching this because you keep pausing and then you have to go off on a rant.
Yeah, that's the same way Daniel is. He hates them.
Yeah.
I started watching Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix, and he is like, I can't handle this. I'm like, I didn't ask you to be in the room. Go away. I'm like, allow me to watch TV.
Is that the series, the TV series?
Yeah.
I just saw that like within the past
Yeah.
week that there is a series of that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And I was just trying to watch it, and he like comes in, and it was like he sits down and he's just starting to listen, and the next thing I know, he's like, I object. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I do that too.
And then I was like, he's like, this is wrong. Da, da, da. And he's like, I hate lawyer shows. And I was like, I didn't ask you to watch it with me. Go in another room.
So and I've been watching the Depp Heard trial, and
Yeah.
interestingly, their lawyers are are pretty decent for the most part, and it's funny when I like say an objection coming up. I'm like, objection leading or objection non-responsive, and or whatever the objection is. I think I had one that was like multifarious or some weird unique objection, and then like within the next 10 seconds or 2 seconds later, the attorney actually makes the objection, which is, I was like, I told you.
I'm good at my job.
Yeah.
I know what to do.
It's an interesting trial, and I've been listening to that trial at faster speed. Do you think people talk slower or faster in trial?
I think they speak slower and more clearly. Like, I think they enunciate more.
Yeah. I mean, that's been my experience.
Yeah.
I tend to not.
Yeah.
I tend to talk too fast, and the court reporters tell me to
you
slow
tend
down.
to get like as much out in one sentence as
You
you
get
can.
excited.
Yeah.
It depends on what it is.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you.
How'd you
in
think I did
trial
on the
yet.
one? How'd you think
Oh,
you sat with me in trial on Monday? What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, just got to keep you on your toes. Brain exercises, getting up there, you know.
Oh my god.
You saw me get. You saw what she's talking about. Remember the cross-examination of the female witness,
Yes.
especially
Yeah.
where that's an example of where the lawyer testifies,
Right.
and because the other side was not objecting to leading, so I started leading
He objected to
on my own.
whatever he thought he could object to.
All right, we'll move on from that one.
Made him up. But
So
yeah, yes, I did.
and yeah, that one came out well.
No, we don't have the ruling on that one back.
Yeah, we did. Came back like on Wednesday. Did you not see it yet?
No.
What we wanted,
Okay, good deal.
obviously.
I'll have to go look at that because I really didn't see it. Did it come to just you?
I don't know.
It might
maybe.
have just come.
Maybe.
Judge Beecham usually just sends it to the attorney.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
didn't see anything.
Yeah. So yeah, we're happy with it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I wasn't. Were you worried about that one?
No.
I wasn't either.
Especially not because I swear to God, Judge Beecham, like every time he objected, he was like,
Yeah.
what?
So
And you can see through crazy pretty easily.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I wasn't worried about
Judges see mostly interesting
Well,
things.
they
I mean,
see so
it's all
much
about-
of it all the time. They see
Yeah.
the same case 10 times a day.
They know.
And it's like you
who's
can have
true and
every
Well,
fine is the same.
And you know, so I think one of the best judges that ever has taught me stuff is Judge Roach. Judge Roach has taught me a lot. Judge Rush. Judge Roach might be like number 2 or 3. But Judge Rush, that guy is one of the smartest living human beings on the planet in the history of all time. And I saw him in one trial where a mom basically disobeyed an order and just like moved before she had permission, just assuming that the judge would give her permission, and he didn't. And the reason why he didn't give her that permission, one of the most revealing things, was that he says, well, in court, I saw him do this. He says, well, what if I don't grant your request? Then what? And they're like, and they haven't thought about that. Then like, nope, not going to grant it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just, you're not really out for the child, you're out for yourself. And that one little thing was so magnificently revealing. It's these one little gem questions that are just keys to everything, that when you ask somebody and they've, it reveals them. I mean, it just strips them to the court naked right there on the bench in the courtroom. And I've seen him do so many of those type of things that I've forgotten ones that, I'd have to see it again and then go, oh, I know what to do on that. Mm-hmm. And I wish over the years I had written down every one of those gems and jewels. I wish I had been able to just sit with a recorder and audio record, but you can't in court.
Right.
But I have a lot of good notes and memories and things, and some of those things we're going to get out here. But that's a real big one is if you're ever asking the court for a modification, you need to have a plan for if the court grants the modification and if the court doesn't grant the modification, and you better have a good plan in both ways, and you better be able to explain that to the judge. So on that note, kids, don't do drugs, and we'll see you in the next episode of the Lawyer Dana podcast. Like, subscribe,
Like our
and
page.
we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you, Bridget.
Thank you, Bridget.
The Lawyer Dana Podcast.